everybody, my name is CammyB83, coming at you again from the last time. It was just a simple invitation. Today I am discussing, continuing on what on earth am I here for, and I have the notes here. You can look at that for a second. It's just some notes. Take time to look at them. You know, focusing, expressing, using, and placing. I want to focus on, like, these are acts of worship. Acts of worship, focusing, starting off with that. I want to focus your attention on them. A lot of times people just, like, alright, I'm about to focus on everything else except what I need to focus on, right? Anytime anybody gets distracted, I can be fair and say that, everybody goes through that probably every hour of the day. Expressing my affection to them. I mean, how often do we express our affection to even the ones we see every day and have a little bit hard time expressing our affection to God? So, I mean, this is just all part of worship. I mean, nobody's condemned for, like, not worshiping, but, you wonder, with all these afflictions and stuff that people go through, and it's like, in your worship, that's where you find your healing, So, I can go on healing, but not gonna take all day with that. Not this video. I will have a testimony video coming, but let's see. The next one is using my abilities for 'em. I mean, how many artists, singers do we have out there? I mean, not even singers. You got musicians, guitar players, you have, percussionists. These guys are professional, but yet, how many, I'm sure there are thousands, but how many more could be using their abilities for God and realizing that that is worship? And going on with placing my trust in Him. I mean, some people are in a lot of broken relationships because there is no trust there. So, if you have a hard time placing your trust in somebody you're in a relationship with, how much more is it going to be a little bit troublesome to put your trust in God? So, I mean, so even your expression of faith is saying, okay, God, I trust you. All this stuff is going on crazy, but you know what? I'm going to put my trust in you. So there's an acronym, a trust acronym I want to touch on real quick. This is called, this reflects on the story of Job a little bit and talks about how he put his trust in God. We broke down this trust acronym. Again, this is notes from Heritage Church, by the way. I'm just putting a quick plug in. Check out experienceheritage.org. Will be in my uploader comments, so check it out. Alright, the first T in this trust acronym is tell God how you feel. I mean, He created your emotions, so tell Him. So, let's see. In Job chapter 7, it discusses how Job said he cannot keep from speaking. Now, this is a New Living Translation, so, check this out. He says, I must express my anguish. My bitter soul must complain. So he was talking about how when everything was taken away from him at one point, and he was like, all right, look, God, this is kind of hard. And he was just expressing that. So let's say that it's okay. I mean, it is. It's really okay to just cry out to God and say, look, this is hard. All right, moving on to the R. R is saying refuse to become bitter. Let's discuss how, naked we came from our mother's womb and naked we shall return. I mean, nobody's going to take their, $1,000 suits and might take it to the grave with them, but heck, they not entering, their afterlife with that. So let's not become bitter about, especially minor things. Major things too is because when you do refuse to become bitter, you become sweet with the infilling of the Holy Spirit. So, and of course, this is everybody's choice. So to receive that gift of the Holy Spirit. That's anybody's choice to receive. So and you can read the book of Habakkuk that discusses how you have to choose to be joyful in the Lord. So the you in trust is uniting with others in worship. I mean, this is uh, from basically saying that you can find faith through others. I mean, you can find it through songs of worship. I mean, but you can find it in talking to a person and helping that person. However, but as long as you're making the choice to unite with others with your worship. Alright, so the S is for surrendering our future to God. I mean, me myself, sometimes I go through a little trial or whatnot as far as like, okay, what's going to happen next? What do I need to plan for? Etc. But when you surrender your future to God, it's saying, okay, God, you are in control. Now show me what I can actually do. This is not saying surrendering your future to God doesn't necessarily mean, okay, I'm going to sit here until God does something. No, you still got to work. So it just trusting God enough in this trust acronym saying, you know, I surrender me trying to, you know, control every aspect of my life. Because there are a lot of things that cannot be controlled, but you're saying, okay, God, I'm going to hold your hand on this, but I know I still have a part in doing what I'm supposed to do. So it takes the worry off. It's what casting your cares, you know, 1 Peter 5:7 talks about. The last T in trust is turning your life over to God in a relationship with Him. Can't, you know, you wouldn't hold the hand of a stranger. I mean, you obviously would have to be in a relationship with Him. So that all ties in with that. So everything will be made new in this time. I'm sure you guys, you Bible scholars out there, know what verse that is. Alright, so just keep in mind, like, you can do all these wonderful religious things towards, you know, your church and, like, helping people outside of the church. Whatever you decide to do, just keep in mind that, like, it's the heart. Like, the difference between your life of worship, your relationship with God, and, like, you know, those religious acts, like, it is the heart. Like, do you have the heart for doing these things? You know, sure, there's tools to get you to these new stages of your relationship with God, but just keep that relationship, you know. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Not really going to get too far into depth about it because I would encourage you to take some time out every day to study. So, and that's all I'm going to put out there. I really hope that you would join me in the 40 Days of Purpose, but during this time, I would like also just for you to check out the website. And in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful week. It was nice joining with everyone this Monday morning. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.